Hello, everybody. I'm Ellen Hesse, and I'm the principal at Abbey College, Cambridge. And it's a great pleasure to welcome you to this virtual open day. I'll share the screen now so that we know. Hopefully, you can see the slide. And as John alluded, we will have a group of students with us because fundamentally, you will need to hear from them their first-hand experience. They are greatest ambassadors. You can also ask them questions at the end. Yeah, they'll be really valuable for our day-to-day. So I'll start with our story very, very quickly. So the picture on the left, that small house, that's where we started 32 years ago. It was one building where we decided that we'll educate students in Cambridge and make sure that they get the best education they can get and they can get to best universities. So that was always what was on our minds. And because of our success, in 2016, we moved into the building that is on the right. And this is where our campus is at the moment, in the heart of Cambridge, in modern buildings. We've got the latest science labs, very close to the train station, very close to the city center. So it's a great location. And we have been guided by our mission statement. And there are some very important words in this mission statement. So, to be a community energized by the love of learning and the pursuit of outstanding achievements for all. So, I'd like to highlight those words that are really, really important. Number one is a community. The Abbey College community. It matters to us that when students join us, they develop a sense of belonging. They feel they are a part of something amazing, something that happens every day. They are part of that learning, friendships, fun, ambition, future building. We want everybody to feel the part. The other really important word in that statement is the love of learning. And I'll explain later how we achieve that love of learning. And another word that is really important in this mission statement is achievements for all. You will all have different ambitions. You know, some people would want to move on to a UK university. Some people would want to secure a university place in the US or Europe or Asia. People have different plans about their future. And we want them, while they are with us, to make sure that they find out where their strengths are, discover passion for various things. They also learn about areas of their development, and they build their confidence before they leave us. So this mission statement guides us every single day when we work with our students. So let's look into greater detail into the love of learning. First of all, it comes with passion, love, passion, and the pillars of this outstanding teaching is our students, when they apply to us, they are ambitious students because they've checked our academic records. They know that we've consistently delivered a great academic results. On their visits to our campus, they've noticed that students who are in the classrooms are very focused. They are really engaged in learning. We've got a great reputation in Cambridge as well in terms of how we engage with the Cambridge University, the Cambridge community. And teachers are really passionate, but most importantly, they are outstanding subject professionals. Lots of them have degrees from Oxford, Cambridge, and other top universities in the UK and globally. Lots of them have doctorate degrees. So the quality of education is really high. They are able to support students who are aiming for top universities. They are able to answer any questions because they are real experts in their field, extremely knowledgeable. But most importantly, they know exactly how to support students that come from abroad or domestic students or British students. They, with their really well developed teaching skills, they can manage the class and support everybody in the classroom, but also outside of the classroom. And I will talk about that support later. So that expertise and students' ambition are very, very important. And when you look at these students, again, that's what I talk about. They are teachers. They really engage students in learning, in teamwork, in discovering new things. And then that's where that passion can come through and see happy, excited faces of our students who love being here and love learning. It's That's what we nurture every single day in the classroom and through various academic and personal development extracurriculum activities. We do maximize our location. So Cambridge, as we all know, is a very famous university city. And we actually don't look at the University of Cambridge buildings just from the outside. We actually go inside on a weekly basis. So we have weekly lectures that we attend, evening lectures. Is the program that is run by me, by the principal, and I would take students to 1, 2, 3 lectures a week, depending on the program that the University of Cambridge publishes. And we always go in good numbers. Students can choose whether they want to attend a physics lecture, chemistry, politics, art, AI. There are so many options. So that's something that unites us as well and encourages that love of learning and that passion, also not in the classroom, but in the lecture theatres. And we also bring professionals, various professionals in their field to our students. We would have sessions called In Conversation With, where where students interview these people and ask them about their career, their options, get advice from them, get inspired. And these are people from business, investment banking, politics, CEOs, a really good range of people so that our students can find that expert who can really advise them and guide them, because our students have a variety of interests and variety of aims for their future. Our students are also known in Cambridge for leading student-led conferences. So we have 3 student-led conferences where our students invite students from other schools in Cambridge and beyond, invite speakers, organize activities. They are supported by a subject teacher. For example, we've just had our annual medicine conference, and next week we have a diplomacy conference. So this is where we have about 100 students working together in groups on project, leading on discussions. And that's very important, again, for nurturing that love of learning, where students can meet other students that they've never met before because they are from other schools, and they can actually exchange ideas, different perspectives, and learn from each other, just as they learn from highly accomplished speakers that we get. So as you can see, this is Robin Bunsen from Homerton College. This is our student in the other picture, the picture on the right, leading a session of our students and students from other schools, so developing leadership skills there as well. And what is very important, that in addition to organizing all these amazing opportunities for our students in the classroom and outside of the classroom, we actually pay attention to their individual journey. So we know that they need to get good grades, the best grades they can get to secure really good futures. So students reflect weekly on their progress. They would write what they've done during the week. They identify next steps, what they need to do, what they need to learn, what they need to revise more, what they're struggling with, what they've been their achievement. So that feedback, weekly feedback, is really important for their academic and personal development progress. We also run study skills sessions. So when students join us, for the first 6 weeks, they have timetabled study skills session, and it's really it's to give students tools to be competent learners, to have a variety of strategies, how to help themselves to get better. Also, we have regular assessments so students can follow their progress. And that's also what we discuss with our students. We discuss where they are, what are the next steps, what grades they are aiming for. That constant dialogue between our students, personal tutors, housemasters, vice principal academic. I also check on our students' progress and have discussion with students where they are and what they want to do. And also at the end of every term, we look at achievements and progress of every single student. And then we decide whether we need to make any changes in their timetable or subject choices. We provide a great flexibility here. So for example, if students after the first term, they find out that they want to change subjects or they want to restart all their subjects, they can, because in January, we start 18 months GCSE course and 18 months A-level course. So students have an option. We can make those changes very easily after the first term and restart our students' academic journey. And that's incredibly valuable. And that flexibility has been always commented on how great it is. Equally, we at the end of year 12, our students are given two options, international students. Either they continue with A levels or they continue with the International Foundation program. Both programs deliver outstanding university offers, and each students are different. And therefore, some students thrive much better on A levels, and some students thrive on the International Foundation program. So again, it's the discussion that they would have with their personal tutor, their housemaster, and also with vice principal academic, because we need to make sure that we position every single student in the best possible way to secure good university offers. Now, there's a lot of support in place that is in the classroom. So classrooms are small, classes are small, and therefore it's easy to support students while the lesson is in progress. But there's also a lot outside of lesson time. So we learn, everything is on OneNote. And OneNote would contain ACC supporting learning. It means for every single subject, every single topic, there are self-study materials consisting of videos, different exercises, case studies, essay titles, so students can practice in their free time. There are mark schemes available, and this is so that students don't have to waste their time searching for online resources. They simply have it all ready and prepared by our teachers. In the boarding houses, we have supervised prep for our younger students. Flexi and day students can join as well. We also have, if we identify that our students struggle with the support, then with any lesson, we would provide one-to-one support or support in small groups. And then we also have academic peer mentoring and life coaching that is also very important. But now I would invite Joseph, one of our students who is in year 13, to share his experience of academic support. Joseph joined us halfway through his A-level studies. So he was in another school for year 12, and then he joined us for year 13. So that support was really, really fundamental to Joseph's successful transition. So Joseph, over to you.
Yeah, hello. So support for me, I was put onto this as soon as I joined. I do economics, business, and mathematics. And I had a bit of an exam board switch for when I joined to this school. I was doing different exam boards. So some parts of the syllabus were going to be slightly different. I might have studied something else in my previous school which hadn't yet been studied, or they'd studied something which I had yet not. So it was important for me to be able to cover those gaps when I had joined, to be able to successfully maintain my grades and improve them for the A levels. So we have one support. I had one support lesson for each subject, and each one would last about an hour every week, so 3 hours in total, in additional support classes. The teachers are very helpful, certainly, and as you were mentioning earlier, Ellen, definitely very passionate about their subjects as well. So how it goes for me, it would be, as you said, in very small groups. We'd be identifying any gaps in the knowledge, going over what parts of the syllabus I might have missed, and then covering that and doing work in my own time, doing work in the classroom to eventually be able to catch up. Other people also can be in support as well. It's not necessarily just for people who are switching exam boards. All of us will have a predicted and target grade, which we are trying to achieve. So for me, my predicted grade's A star, A star, A, which is sufficiently good for most universities, I'd hope. And
Absolutely.
yeah, and if you are, let's say, in the mock exams, which I had, one of my grades had fallen a little bit lower than I was hoping for it to be. Other people who might also be in a similar situation, whilst their grades might not necessarily be bad, and they are still very good, we want to be able to support them in any way that is possible. So to ensure that people all receive the grades that they're able to get, a lot of people opt to choose and have extra support lessons so they're able to improve their grades and ultimately be the best that they can be.
Mhm. Thank you, Joseph. Thank you so much. And please stay online with us because I have more questions for you later. But thank you, Joseph. And Joseph is one of those that is really just a great example of our students, focused, works hard, knows what he wants to achieve, and he's working consistently towards it. So thank you very much. Now you can Joseph has mentioned grades, so they do matter uh, amongst other things. So I would like to share with you our 2025 A-level and GCSE exam results, as well as university destinations. And this is a result of our very studious and academically focused environment where support is so multidimensional, so many different types of support that students will find the support that is suitable for them so that they can succeed. So that's very important. In addition, the expertise that I've already mentioned. So the other thing that is very important in our setting is that if we want our students to be highly competitive when they apply to universities, we provide for them the academic enrichment program because then students can really broaden their horizons. They can They can discover new things, develop their research skills, develop their communication skills, engage with like-minded people. So there are four different academic enrichment programs: Abbey Inspires, pre-degree diploma, Oxbridge candidate program, and medics preparation program. So let me talk about Abbey Inspires first. So that consists of evening support, where for those that are aiming really high, we organize master classes, preparation for Olympiads and different national and international challenges. And we also provide support for those who might struggle a bit. So they have very different support. So as I said, there's support for everybody. And we also, as I mentioned earlier, take students to the University of Cambridge evening lectures. And we rightly call it Cambridge is our classroom. We just maximize. Our students are a part of the latest and the most important global discussions on the latest research in medicine, technology, AI. And when you look at these pictures, you can see that students are engaged. Our students are not passive um, viewers. They really appreciate us because we are always very active. We ask questions. We want to know, and as the person who runs this program and takes them to the University of Cambridge lectures, I'm always so proud of them because it's very courageous to ask questions when you don't know what the talk is about, the details of the talk. And as you can see, we even have year nines, and Charles will talk about it in a minute. Charles, can you tell us, because actually, and you are even in the picture, uh, can you share your experience of going to the lecture theater to the lectures? You are only 13-year-old student, and I always sort of admired again your courage to put your hand up and ask questions. So could you please share with us how you benefit from these lectures?
Hello everyone, my name's Charles. I'm a Year 9 student at Abbey College, Cambridge. The lectures are very helpful and very detailed. As our position in Cambridge, we're not just limited to the school, but we are actually persuaded and encouraged to go out and explore. There's lots of opportunities for the academic maturity of the school and your personal well-being. And I think the lectures are great because they're tied to your interests. There's many every week. And I think the lectures in themselves, we have access to the University of Cambridge, which we hear directly from researchers, academic and professionals, discussing, for example, global issues or innovative research. I think being exposed to a university level of research at my age has really developed my personal maturity, and it's easier in lessons to understand these topics as I've already heard it from a professional. And it's really helped me to contribute more confidently in lessons and beyond just simply the curriculum that we are learning. And it's better to know, I find it better to know from my knowledge rather than memorizing information. At first, when I first attended my first lecture, I was very scared to ask a Q&A question because we have Q&A questions at the end of every single lecture. And I was very scared to do it because it was surrounded by lots of students from other schools and professionals. But I think it's actually helped my personal development the first time I asked a question because it's made me step outside my comfort zone, and it strengthened my personal maturity, which I think is very important for the future. And the program also has like beyond the normal curriculum would teach. And you can also connect with students in older years or even in your year. And as they have the same topic in interest with you, you can be friends with them. So it's great for maturity and great for making friends with similar passions. So it's not just, that you're the one only interested in this topic, and there's actually other people in the same school who are interested.
Yeah, thank you, Charles. And also, I would like to ask you if you could share with our students, with our listeners, what is your experience of year nine? Because year nines are our youngest students. So, how does it feel to be the youngest one in the school?
Um, I think it's a very comforting school. Abbey College has a great community. The transition from my previous school to here has been very smooth. We are treated with respect by the older years, and we are basically not separated from them, but we are actually encouraged, and they are encouraged to talk to us. It's like there's no barrier between them and us, as we're all just one big school. And it's better as we are a very small group. I think we can get along with each other very well, and because there's only I think 13 people in our year right now. In lessons as well, it's great as if we're stuck, if anyone's stuck, the teacher will always help us because they always have time on their hands. And they also just make sure that you are actually understanding the topic rather than understanding the question that you're stuck on. And I think that's what is helpful about us. The year 9 curriculum is taught mainly around us, and there's lots of events that are tailored for us as well to help us individually get to what we need to do. And I think being the youngest year is a bit challenging. Like before I came to this school, I thought being the youngest year is a bit embarrassing, to be honest, but it's not because we are treated with such kind respect and amazing people around us. We are supported. If you're stuck, if you're feeling worried, there's always someone to talk to. It doesn't have to be a teacher, but the community, the older years, they're just so helpful and they're so welcoming that you can talk to them anytime. And I think it's very positive and the community is very, very nice.
Yeah, thank you, Charles. And I think year nines they bring a very special atmosphere here. And as you say, I think all the students really like having year nines around. And as you can see, even from these pictures, year 12s and year 13s and year nines are sitting together in lecture theatres. So this is just one example of collaboration between older years and younger years. Now we'll move on to pre-degree diploma. So it's very important that when our students start their university, they are well equipped to do proper research, collaborate with our people, with other people, being able to express their ideas, be able to respond to challenge and challenge others as well. And that's why we've designed pre-degree diploma. So every year 12 student is a part of it. What we do, we group students based on their interests or actually we group topics, and students can choose which topic they want to work on. So there are topics for future engineers, medics, archaeologists, architects. There's so many professions. So every department would have a list of research topics, and then we put students into groups. And they work on that topic throughout the year and they present to the entire school at the end of the academic year. There's a timetabled lesson in year 12, a timetable, so they have time on a weekly basis to get together as a group and work on their research. And it really develops so many of their skills. And it's very important when they have a university interview or when they write their personal statement, they can reflect on their research and they can demonstrate that their passion is beyond the classroom, that they are really passionate in that subject and they want to study it at university. So that academic maturity is very, very important. Then we've got Oxbridge candidate program. And I would like to invite Lily, who has gone through the whole program now, and she's an Oxbridge offer holder at the moment, so she can share her experience of what this program consists of.
Hi. Okay. Um, do you see me?
Yeah, we can hear you, Lily.
All right. Um, so I guess I'm just here to talk about the Oxbridge program, right?
Yes, Lily. So if you
Um,
can tell us your experience, what it consisted of, what it has actually taken to get that offer.
mhm. Well, I started the Oxbridge program in year 12, like the early year 12, and there was an exam that I had to take to register for the Oxbridge program of the school. Mm, And then after that, I got into the Oxford program, and we had like sort of like weekly sessions with our own advisor in our field to like talk about what does it mean to apply to Oxbridge, what does the interview often entails, and sort of like building on our knowledge to prepare for that interviews. And that lasted for like a year until we get to our admission test preparation. So that was closer to year 13, sort of like early year 13, October time. And that was also like weekly sessions of sort of like just doing past paper, talking to teachers, like math teachers, science teachers, about what has went wrong and what can be improved upon. And besides on that, like on parallel, it's also like constant support from my UCAS advisor and director of studies on sort of like writing my personal statement, perfecting like my transcript or details that I need to do, um, sort of talking, communicating with the school, the college about what information needed. And it's just amazing support from all of them. And I just felt like at any stage, I felt like I knew exactly what I had to do. I knew exactly when I had to finish it. So it never felt like I was in the confusion. It just felt like it's the road that I need to just drive. And it just felt really nice.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, Lily, I have to emphasize that, your drive and your ambition has been there, all the way through. And it just shone through. And I think when we have students like this, that they are really passionate about learning, they are highly ambitious, are teachers who have exactly the same passion and ambition for their students and for themselves. That's a great partnership, very successful partnership. Lily, thank you so much for sharing about your experience of our Oxbridge candidate program. Thank you.
Thank you.
And so again, as you can see on this slide, the Oxbridge candidate program has lots of elements. It's time consuming, it's demanding. That's why we do assessment of all the applicants who are interested in the Oxbridge candidate to make sure that they can succeed, that they are the right people to put themselves through it, because it is, as I said, time consuming and demanding program. But I think for the last 20 years, we've always year on year succeeded in getting students to the University of Oxford or the University of Cambridge. And then we also have highly developed medical preparation program. We organize annual medicine conference. And we also have dedicated timetabled lessons to prepare our medics for their applications. So I would invite Daniel to share his experience of the medicine preparation program. So far, last year you can see we had 26 medicine offers, and we year on year we would have 100% success rate, which we are really pleased about. So Daniel, over to you now.
So hello, my name is Daniel, and I'm currently year 13 studying A levels. And when I joined the Medicine Society in year 12, I didn't fully understand how complex and competitive applying to medical school would be. But I really appreciated our school's medicine program because I never felt that I was alone. There was always guidance and structured and clear direction that I received from our medicine society leader. So one of the things I personally valued the most was how society helped us to find volunteering and clinical work experience. The society didn't just tell me that a work experience is very important. They actually actively supported to securing a job in hospital. And this real exposure helped me to find my clear motivation and look at and find out the downside of being a doctor as well, because that's because uh, because it's in reality, there's downside as well. And another highlight was involving and leading and hosting our medicine conference. So welcoming students from other schools and listening to our experienced speakers, it really made me to develop a communication skills, teamwork, and leadership skills. And this quality is really important for in the future because it's the qualities where doctors require. And also, our school helped me to prepare me for the medical school interview. So throughout my life in medicine society, our teacher taught us about the medical ethics, basic structures of NHS, and other relevant knowledge. And this really helped me during my real interview because and because our school gave us some of the mock interviews, which were actually harder than the real medical school's interview, it really helped me to just perform well in the interview and thrive me throughout the journey. And also because of the amount of support I received for my UCAS application, it allowed me to write a really good personal statement. And yes, so basically, what I want to say is that I got a lot of support, and without our school's medicine society, my application journey would have been more harder, and it wouldn't have been possible.
Mhm. Absolutely. And I think, thank you, Daniel. And I'm pleased to hear that we were more challenging interviewers than the real interviews later. I think that's what we want with our students, to give them sort of a tough preparation so that, when it comes to the interview itself, it seems much easier then. Daniel, thank you very much. And this program, I think there was just one question. I'll answer it straight away. There's no extra fee for medicine preparation program. Everything that I'm talking about here is included in the fee. So students or families pay the fees, and they include everything: extra English lessons, medicine preparation, Oxbridge program, pre-degree diploma, various compulsory school trips, and so on. So this is a part of it. Now we will talk about the community. I mentioned at the beginning that actually our mission statement starts with the word community. We value it. And of course, being a community of 450 students, we break it down into tutor group, houses, year groups, boarding houses. We also have parents group. So people are not lost here. And pastoral care, again, they have our pastoral team, they have specific roles. Personal tutor would meet their tutees every single morning. They really know them. They know them really well. They know their academic progress. They are aware of their struggles, of their successes. They are their main cheerleaders together with house parents. Housemaster and heads of house normally they oversee running of the boarding house or running of the day house, and work of personal tutors. And again, both are there to step in. If students need extra support in terms of various learning needs, then we have very strong SEND department, and we also have 3 different counselors. They all specialize in various area of counseling, so we can find the right one, or we can match the right one with students' needs. And also assistant principal pastoral and vice principal pastoral work very closely with these all these people, so that support is tailored, is timely, is effective, and the communication with students and parents is effective as well. And now I would invite Anita to tell us about her experience of belonging to our community.
Okay, hi. Can you see me or hear me?
Yes, and hear you,
Okay,
most importantly.
great. So I'm in year 13 and I do A levels, but when I joined, I was in year 12 and I was very aware of how many opportunities that we had and that we could join. And I wanted to take up all of these things. So I did many leadership roles that we offer. And I think the leadership roles were really important for me because I got to meet new people and do more activities, which was like really like a great experience. And as well as that, there is more than just those activities. There are even sports activities and opportunities that I've been able to join. And it makes me feel part of the community because of how much support that I've been given. So like if I had a race, I had, Ellen came to support me. And that is what it feels like to be part of a community, is to feel supported. There are just so many opportunities as well. And there are many opportunities to record and log these as well. So um, we also use platforms such as MyMove to record our weekly reflections and activities that we do. And this is really important because when we record these activities, over time it builds a really clear picture of our progress. So we don't have to remember all the activities we do. We can just record them, and for future, when like maybe our personal statement for university, we can write them down. And that helps us remember the things that we've done and how we've been part of communities. As well as that, there are many after school clubs and programs. So stuff like debate clubs that we can join where we can meet new people and do new things. And that's really important, I think.
Absolutely, Anita. And I thought, sorry, I went through slides very quickly because I thought I had actually slides with the Me Move reflections, because they are really good. I think and Anita, you are an expert in writing really detailed reflections on the impact of whatever you've got involved with, how it helps you to move forward in the future. And I think that is really important. And My Move is the app. We monitor our students' progress in different activities, and then those reflections really nurture their self-awareness. Self-awareness of strengths, areas of development, and what else they need to do. Anita, thank you very much. Stay online. We'll need you later. So boarding accommodation. So we have 4 boarding houses. We've got Abbey, we've got Tripos Court, we've got Purbeck, and we've got Orchard. They are all very different. However, what makes us stand out is that together we have around 400 single ensuite rooms. So students have their own privacy after a long day when they've been interacting with students in the classroom, in after school activities, during break time, lunchtime, during dinner time. Then they can really retreat into their room and have peace and quiet, and have their own privacy, time to really relax, gather their thoughts, reflect on the day, touch bases with their families or friends online, and learn about independence, taking responsibility for their own room, for their tidiness, making sure that it's organized, and so on. But boarding experience is not only about accommodation and rooms, it's about the experience. So I would ask Soren now. Soren, could you share with us what is your experience of boarding?
Yeah. Hi, my name is Soren. I'm another year 9 in Abbey College. I am I am the first half boarder. So I'm not a day student or a full boarder. I I do half, so I stay here 3 days a week, which allows me to see my family at the same time as being able to concentrate on school and revision in my room and stuff like that. Um, there's also like a lot of extracurricular activities that the school organizes, such as basketball on Tuesdays. There was a running club on Monday. There's philosophy on Wednesdays. There's loads of different options and loads of different ways you can involve yourself with other students in the community in Abbey and other houses that Ellen mentioned.
Absolutely. And Soren, I know that you are really, really active in lots of things. On Wednesdays, everybody, the whole school's got the enrichment program. So from 2 to 4, our students choose one of many clubs. As you can see, they are split into communities, either active thinking, science, music, creative arts, community or serving. But also there are lots of clubs in the evenings, at the weekend. So in total, we have about 50 different clubs. Soren, but what's quite interesting with you, because you also do activities outside of our school community. What is it that you do?
I do a number of things. For example, on Thursday, when I come back home, I go to basketball again. Um, Fridays, I have a nice day off.
Hmm.
Saturdays, I go to the park. It's like a 2 hour, it's nothing like precise. We just kind of play football or basketball or
Yeah.
whatever.
And that's great, Soren. Okay, and then because he's an example of somebody who is active, active with all the things that are going on at Abbey College, Cambridge, but also outside. It's just that attitude of being active, being engaged, being ambitious. And Joseph, do you think that you can share your experience of boarding? Because Soren is in Abbey House. That's for the youngest students, so students who are under the age of 16. Each of them would have a single ensuite room, and they share then common room and kitchenette with other people on in their corridor. But what does boarding look like for you, Joseph?
So for me, I'm in Purbeck House, so that's only a few seconds away from the school, very close by, which is very convenient. For me, because I'm in year 13 and we've got mocks coming up, we've got A levels coming up, I'm not as involved in most of the events going on around the school because I need to focus on, revision. And by the time I'm done with that, there's quite little left to do with my time. What is convenient as well, though, is since we are very close to the center, we've got a gym nearby, which a lot of my free time I also go to the gym, and that's a 5 minute walk away from here. Places to go nearby with friends and whoever you want to go with. What's great as well is that we have a lot of people around us who you're able to be friends with. They try to sort of group us, from what it seems, into people who we're more likely to get along with. So I've got quite a good few friends here, and on the weekends we're able to go out. We can go to each other's rooms, help each other revise or just relax after long days of studies. Since I'm over 18, our times to return to the boarding house is slightly later than for people under 18. So on the weekdays we have to be back by 9:30, and then on the weekends it's what, uh, 10 o'clock we have to be back in the boarding house, and then we can be out and about within the boarding house and going to each other's rooms up until 10:30. And
Hmm.
that's very helpful as well to have a good few friends who you're able to always chat with and be around whenever you need help, support. And when it comes to studying as well, being supported by people who also study and want to work hard definitely helps in achieving more.
Absolutely. And Joseph, just a quick question, because you are one of those who's got a kitchen in their own room. So all rooms in Purbeck House, where Joseph is, they've got a kitchen. So students can learn to cook before they depart for university. So do you cook, Joseph, or not?
Sometimes it depends on the day. What's good as well, because like I said, I go to the gym very frequently and it's one of my biggest passions. So, eating is a massive part of that. Eating properly and eating healthily contributes a lot to the gym. And in school, we get really good meals. And I've been boarding since I've been like 11 years old. I've been to several boarding schools, and here is definitely by far the best food that we can have, and it's very healthy, and still very delicious. I'm very satisfied with it most of the time. So most of the time I don't need to cook as such, but sometimes if on one day I want to say get more protein because
Mhm.
I didn't eat too great within the day, I might be able to cook. So well, I've got an oven here, I've got the stove top, I've got a kettle and a fridge, so
Yeah.
lots of drinking tea as well and cooking a lot of eggs most of the time. Yeah.
Very healthy. Thank you, Joseph. And now I would like to ask all of our students to tell me about their leadership skills, how they've developed. Now, so if you can tell me, we have various leadership roles within the school, but we also have other activities that are more informal in developing leadership skills. So I'll go one by one and ask you what their experience. Are you a part of any committee, or you have actually worked in different forums? So Charles, shall we start with you? Is Charles there?
Yeah.
Probably
Um,
not.
so I'm not on any, well, higher student leadership teams currently.
Uh-huh.
I wanted to do, when we first started, I wanted to do student council, but it was the feeling of being new, so I didn't really want to continue forward with it. But I think with the leadership roles that I have, I think it's quite within my year group. I think I'm quite a good team leader for my year as well. I'm a good standard model. And I think I'm also a good leader for people outside the school to see what the Abbey College is like. And I think as well, I have a leadership event as you're talking about the diplomacy conference next week. I'll be participating in that. So I will be leading another school, a group of children from another school around Abbey College, talking about the school and all of that. So yeah.
Perfect. Absolutely. And I agree, Charles. You are just such a great role model. Now, Anita, what about you?
Yeah, so if I just work my way down the list,
Uh-huh.
I am a student leader, I am an orientation leader, I'm a well-being leader, a peer mentor, and lastly, I was house captain. So in my old school, I was like head student leader, and I really wanted to continue doing something like that this year. So when I joined in year 12, I decided to be house captain. I actually applied really late because I was again nervous as a new student, and I ended up becoming house captain, and I really enjoyed it. So the following year, I decided to be an orientation leader, and that was amazing because I got to meet new people. Um, I then joined student leadership team where I get to like help out with events in the school, and that's a really fulfilling feeling. As well as that, I'm a well-being leader and I get to, help people with their problems and their well-being. And, I give talks to, inspire and reassure students. As well as that, I'm a peer mentor, so I get to help students, um, feel more confident in their subjects. And these are all like very fulfilling feelings for me, but I think it also helps a lot of other people. It builds up my confidence a lot, and it's something that I will, I will use when I go to university and when I'm older. It's like a very valuable experience for me.
Absolutely. Thank you, Anita. I agree with you. Anita is very involved in lots of things. So I think she's one of those who embraces the opportunities. But I think lessons learned from Charles and Anita is if you are new, when you join us, don't be shy about joining in. Put your hand up, get involved, okay? Don't think just because you are new, you can't put yourself forward for one of these responsibilities. Daniel, what about you? I think Daniel, yeah.
I think we've lost Daniel.
Do we have Soren?
Soren's here.
Oh, okay. Soren, what about you?
Um, I mean, I tried to enroll myself in a few different leadership positions, but other people were quicker at getting there. Obviously, Charles, as Charles said, it's a bit scary, being the smallest and the youngest in the school. But I feel like I've been welcomed now, which is quite helpful. Um,
And Soren, what was your experience of orientation leaders? Because I think you took part in the orientation program.
I don't recall the orientation program, but I feel like in the school it's not just about getting good grades, which I mean is the main thing, but it's also about learning how to be a leader and how to
Hmm.
show leadership towards others and stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And Soren, I think actually leadership skills, what you haven't mentioned, but my observation is that whatever events are going on, you are actually leading the group. You are contributing when you had to make mascot for your house. You were heavily involved in that one, advising, getting people together, that teamwork. So whatever school events there are, Soren, I always see you actually doing a lot of things. So that's developing of your leadership skills. So next year, put yourself forward to more formal positions, but you definitely have leadership skills. And now I think we can answer some questions from the audience. Thank you, Soren.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Ellen, and thank you, students, for a very comprehensive overview of the school. I think from your presentation, you've pretty much covered most of the areas that we had questions beforehand. But if anyone has any follow-up questions, we do have a couple of minutes, so please do fire them in the chat or the Q&A. But I think we've kind of covered the medicine program. We've covered our personal tuition system. We did have a question about the application process and how that works if you're not in the UK. Obviously, as an international school, we have many students who apply from outside of the UK, and you can complete the application entirely online. So you can submit your documents, you can have your interview, then we can do an online English assessment. So that process is very, very smooth and seamless. So don't worry about that at all. Obviously, if you are in the UK, you can come in and have face-to-face interviews, and we can also invite you into the school. And if you are visiting the UK, we do personal visits. We do have things like open mornings as well, and a number of events as well. So even if you're not in the UK, but you are planning to visit the UK, do let us know, and we can definitely welcome you into the school. But even if you can't, application can be done completely from overseas via online. So don't worry about that side of things. Just seeing if anyone pops up. How did the transfer students that are in the middle of the GCSE range? So, okay, so there's a sort of question we've had, Ellen, about transferring. I don't know if you can see it down there in the questions, but Scott's asking, in the middle of GCSE, son is finishing his freshman year in an IB school and will be transferring in May.
Mm-hmm.
How does that look?
So what we do, we actually have a really good dialogue with parents or agents and students and the school to find out what they have covered. As I said, whether it was Joseph support or other people's support, we have lots of support sessions. And our students would see those who do need to close the curriculum gaps on one-to-one, and they would agree a plan. So it's not a problem to transfer in the middle of GCSEs or middle-year program, whether people do IB or A levels. We just need to work out different exam boards and actually where the gaps are. But we've done it many times because every single year we have students transferring to us halfway through GCSEs or into our year 13.
Perfect. Thank you, Ellen. I don't think we've got any more questions. Obviously, when we contact you after this session, please do feel free to post any questions. I know we did have one follow-up question about the off-site gym fees. I don't have those with me at the moment, but I'll ask our head of extracurricular, and
Or
we'll be able to
Joseph,
provide that.
Joseph, do you know how much you pay?
Actually, yes, I do know for this one.
There we go.
So it's a pure gym, which is like 5 minutes away, a commercial gym. So yeah, you need to have an individual subscription, which you pay by yourself. As I remember, there are two different like tier lists depending on which one you want to pay for. One which gives you like less benefits, one gives you more benefits as in a standard commercial gym. I think the cheapest one is about £25. I have the more
Per
expensive one,
month,
and that
25 pounds
one's
per month. Yeah.
yeah, per month, yeah, and the more expensive one is £31 per month, yeah.
So it's a good deal because you can go to the gym every single day, and especially if you use it on a daily basis, then there's a great deal.
Yeah, and there's plenty of machines and equipment there, so it's suitable for just about everybody, yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, thank
Brilliant.
you.
Well, thank you very much, everyone. I'll let you guys say goodbye, but obviously, thank you for attending, and we hopefully will see you soon. We do have a range of other webinars, so I will send some details in the email afterwards so that you can join that. I think we have a virtual tour of the college coming up very shortly in March, so please feel free to join that. But I'll let everyone say goodbye, and we'll sign off. Goodbye,
Bye.
everyone. Bye-bye.